when a pilot sank a submarine to avenge a friend. In the midst of World War II, deep in the Pacific Theater, a young pilot named Captain Edward Eddie Harrow was stationed aboard the USS Valor, an aircraft carrier renowned for its daring missions. Eddie was a skilled and fearless aviator, known among his peers for his precision, speed, and unwavering sense of duty. But behind his confident demeanor lay a deeply personal reason for joining the war. His childhood friend, Lieutenant Samuel "Sam" Gray. Sam and Eddie had grown up together in a small coastal town, dreaming of soaring through the skies and defending their country. When war broke out, they both enlisted, eager to make a difference. Sam became a naval officer assigned to a destroyer, while Eddie pursued his passion for flying. Despite being stationed in different places, they stayed in touch through letters, sharing stories of their missions and dreams of returning home. One fateful day, news reached Eddie that Sam's ship had been torpedoed by an enemy submarine while escorting a convoy. The attack had been brutal and swift, leaving little chance for the crew to survive. Sam was among the fallen. Eddie was devastated. His best friend, the one person who had always been there for him, was gone. Eddie's grief turned into a burning determination. He vowed to honor Sam's memory by doing everything in his power to protect others from suffering the same fate. Weeks later, during a reconnaissance mission, Eddie received orders to patrol a region notorious for enemy submarine activity. Flying his trusty F-6F Hellcat, he scanned the ocean below, his eyes searching for the telltale signs of a submerged predator. The memory of Sam's laughter and their shared dreams fueled his resolve. Suddenly, his radio crackled to life. "Captain Harrow, this is the Valor. A convoy in your vicinity has reported a possible enemy submarine. Proceed to Grid 7 Alpha and investigate." Eddie adjusted his course and pushed the throttle forward. His heart pounded as he approached the area. He spotted a convoy of merchant ships guarded by a few destroyers. All seemed calm, but Eddie knew the enemy's strength lay in their ability to strike unseen. As he circled the convoy, Eddie noticed a faint wake, a ripple on the otherwise still water. His instincts kicked in. "Valor, this is Harrow. I've got a visual on suspicious activity. Permission to engage if confirmed hostile." "Permission granted," came the response. Eddie's keen eyes tracked the ripple until it vanished. Moments later, he saw the dreaded periscope break the surface. He didn't hesitate. Diving low, he armed his bombs and aimed for the shadow beneath the waves. The first bomb missed, exploding harmlessly in the water. The submarine, realizing it had been spotted, began to dive. But Eddie was relentless. He looped around, his hands steady despite the adrenaline surging through him. With his second pass, he released his payload. The ocean erupted in a thunderous explosion, sending a column of water skyward. Eddie watched as the submarine's hull breached the surface briefly before sinking beneath the waves. The convoy was safe. As Eddie returned to the Valor, a mix of emotions churned within him. He had avenged Sam and protected innocent lives, but the victory felt hollow. War had taken so much: friends, families, and peace of mind. The image of the sinking submarine lingered in his thoughts, a reminder of the lives lost on both sides. That night, Eddie sat alone on the flight deck, staring at the stars. He thought of Sam and all the dreams they had shared. "I did it, Sam," he whispered. "But it doesn't bring you back. None of this does." His squadron leader, Commander Jenkins, joined him. "You did well today, Harrow," Jenkins said, his voice calm. "Did I?" Eddie replied. "I took out a submarine, but all I can think about are the men who went down with it. They had families too." Jenkins nodded. "War isn't about glory, son. It's about sacrifice and survival. You saved lives today. Innocent lives. But I won't lie to you. The weight of what we do never gets lighter. The only way to carry it is to remember why we fight." Eddie sighed. "I fight for Sam. For people like him who didn't deserve to die. And that's why you're one of the best," Jenkins said. "But don't let vengeance consume you. Let it guide you to protect, not destroy. That's the only way to find peace." Eddie took Jenkins' words to heart. In the following weeks, he flew more missions, each one with the same determination to safeguard others. But his perspective shifted. He began to see his enemies not as faceless adversaries, but as men caught in a war they didn't choose. During one mission, Eddie encountered another enemy submarine. This time, instead of immediately attacking, he radioed its position to nearby destroyers, allowing them to handle the threat. It was a calculated decision, one that minimized casualties while still protecting the convoy. The war eventually ended, and Eddie returned home. He visited Sam's grave, a simple marker overlooking the ocean they had loved as boys. Kneeling beside it, he placed his wings on the stone. "I kept my promise, Sam," he said. "But I've learned that vengeance alone doesn't bring justice. Protecting others, standing for what's right, that's how we honor those we've lost." Eddie went on to share his experiences, speaking to young aviators about the importance of courage, compassion, and the heavy cost of war. His story became a testament to the power of purpose over revenge and the enduring strength of friendship. Captain Edward Harrow's actions during the war saved countless lives, but it was his moral awakening that left a lasting impact. He taught others that even in the darkest of times, humanity and compassion must prevail. The memory of his friend Sam remained a guiding light, reminding Eddie, and all who heard his story, that true honor lies not in avenging the past but in protecting the future.